first time I saw the name Alyssa Gray, it wasn't on a text message or a lipstick-stained shirt. It was on a joint bank account under my husband's signature. And the worst part, the money inside was mine. I used to think financial transparency was the quiet backbone of a healthy marriage. For 12 years, Ethan and I built everything together, our home in the suburbs, our retirement account, even a shared dream of opening a small wine bar one day. Every first Sunday of the month, we'd sit at the kitchen table, balancing expenses with coffee and laughter. He'd lean over, kiss my forehead, and say, "You're the CFO of my heart." It was silly, but I believed him. I believed that love was enough to protect what we built. What I didn't know was that love can't protect you from deceit wrapped in spreadsheets and bank statements. It started with a small notification from our joint credit card. A withdrawal of $7,200 flagged for real estate consulting. We never had any property projects. At first, I thought it was a system error. But when I asked Ethan, he brushed it off. "Oh, it's just a tax adjustment for my client's project." His tone was flat, mechanical, the kind of tone people use when they've rehearsed a lie. That night, something gnawed at me. After he fell asleep, I logged into our bank's online portal. The page loaded slowly, painfully, and then I saw it a savings account linked to his social security number, but under a different name. Ethan Lawson and Alyssa Gray, joint account. Alyssa Gray. The name echoed in my head like a gunshot in an empty room. I clicked through the transactions. There were regular deposits amounts that matched the withdrawals from our joint account. He'd been transferring money to her, systematically, for months. The total, $186,000. I sat there, numb, my hands trembling over the keyboard. It wasn't the money that broke me. It was the organization, the precision, the proof that he planned it. Over the next few weeks, I became a detective of my own life. While he kissed me goodbye every morning, I tracked his financial footprints. He'd opened the secret account 8 months earlier. Most of the deposits came right after he told me the business was struggling. He was lying. The business was fine. I found wire transfers to luxury hotels in Miami and Aspen, always under the same name, Alyssa Gray. Airline tickets for 2. A jewelry purchase from Tiffany's charged to our joint card, but mailed to a different address. It was almost poetic the way betrayal leaves a paper trail. I didn't confront him immediately. I wanted to see how deep it went. So I hired a private investigator, an older woman named Rachel, who'd spent 20 years in financial forensics. 3 weeks later, she slid a manila folder across my kitchen table. Inside were photos Ethan and a young woman, maybe late 20s, laughing over dinner, receipts, bank logs, screenshots. Rachel didn't look at me when she said, "You might want to talk to a lawyer before you talk to him." I nodded, holding the folder like it was radioactive. The confrontation wasn't cinematic. No shouting, no breaking dishes, just silence. He came home late, reeking of whiskey and cologne I didn't wear. I handed him a printed bank statement and asked, "Who's Alyssa Gray?" For a moment, he didn't breathe. Then he smiled, a nervous, broken smile. "It's not what you think," but his eyes told the truth. And the truth was uglier than any words he could have said. He tried to explain. "She's just someone I helped. She needed financial support. I cut him off. With my money." He froze. There it was, the look of a man who realized his empire of lies had collapsed. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just said, "I'll be meeting my lawyer tomorrow." The following months were a blur of signatures, courtrooms, and sleepless nights. The divorce lawyer, Ms. Jacobs, was calm and direct. "You need to secure your accounts today. transfer your income to a separate bank, cancel joint cards. Ethan tried to negotiate, tried to appeal to nostalgia, but nostalgia doesn't pay legal fees. When the truth reached court, the judge didn't care about the tears, the infidelity, or the apologies. She cared about the numbers, and the numbers told a story of fraud. Half of the secret funds were traceable back to my salary deposits. That meant restitution. In the end, he lost more than money. He lost credibility, his company, his reputation. Alyssa, she disappeared as suddenly as she appeared. I never saw her face in person, only on a single photo from Rachel's file smiling beside him in a hotel lobby. I deleted that photo months later, but sometimes, in my dreams, I still see it. You don't just recover from betrayal. You dismantle it, one truth at a time. There were days I blamed myself. How did I not see it? The late-night client calls, the new cologne, the locked phone, the sudden interest in tax strategies. But as my therapist once said, financial infidelity is often more devastating than physical infidelity because it rewrites trust into numbers. And she was right. I rebuilt my life, not from rage, but from discipline. I studied financial literacy, opened independent accounts, invested in my own name. I learned that love doesn't mean surrendering financial control. Today, I tell my story not to shame him, but to warn others. Infidelity doesn't always start with a kiss. Sometimes, it starts with a hidden transfer, a second password, a balance you're never meant to see. If you're in a marriage, remember this: have financial independence. Keep one account in your name only, always. Track your financial patterns. When expenses become vague, when excuses repeat, trust your gut, know your legal rights. In most states, marital funds are protected. You can reclaim what was taken. Emotional awareness saves money. According to financial therapists, emotional avoidance often hides fiscal deception. So, learn to ask questions, not because you don't trust your partner, but because you respect yourself.